guess I'm just going to see like how ugly I can become, you know. Thanks. Yeah, there's just I made fun of the haircut people, so I felt like if I get a haircut, then I'm one of them. Sweet.
Distancing Social Club. This is our 98th episode.
Woo.
And we're very excited about that. After 98 comes 99, and then I lose track. But the point is... oh, wait, no, that would make Friday the 100th episode. Holy banana pancakes. That is crazy. This is the Social Distancing Social Club. This is Henry Horse. I am Ben Gleib. We are 2 of the 5 hosts of the 3-legged tripod that makes up the quarantine, and it is time from a road journey somewhere, somehow. Joining us is another one of those fantastic hosts. You know him. You love him. His name is Hofstetter. Steve! Take it away, Hofstetter.
Hello. Whoever renamed me in the Zoom spelled my name wrong. Cool. My connection is shit. I'm going to have to restart. So you guys handle the tipping stuff. Everybody, Chris Bowers. It's Chris Bowers, and I'm going to restart. Be back in a bit.
All right, what's up, everybody? I'm excited to be here. A couple things. I've got my Andrew Rivers Emotional Support Dog shirt on because he's on the show today, so I'm excited about that. And I got a pocket square that is actually just a pocket, but it pulls out, but it's red, so it's a different color, Ben. So is that cool? Can we do a pocket square like that since it's a different color? I don't know. And then finally, I got a new book, everybody. It's Colin Jost's memoir. So I have 2 books now. One's a Colin Jost book, one's a Jay Leno book. So I haven't read either book and probably won't. But, whatever. I'm excited to be here. And Queen Rachel's here. Queen, how you doing?
I'm good. I grabbed the closest book to me.
Queen.
It was the new Jaws. Life magazine.
The new Jaws?
The new Life magazine. Jaws.
Is Life magazine still in print?
Apparently. I saw it and I bought it.
Oh, cool. I thought maybe you were at a dentist office and you stole it from 1985 or something.
I was 0 years old.
Over the last few days, I did a drawing of everybody, and a total 0 of my quarantine members commented on the post, so I don't know what
I did this for you today, Ben.
Thank
I thought
you.
I commented and liked it. I brought this to
I
you.
liked it on Instagram. I wasn't going to comment.
Well,
I don't want to be mean on your Instagram. That's not cool.
if you would like to tip during the show today, you can super chat us here on YouTube. But what we prefer, since YouTube they like to cannibalize the amount of money, you can also Venmo or PayPal us. On the top right of the screen is our Venmo, or you can go to SDS. You can go to sdscshow.com. And you
did your best.
The PayPal is there. This is Steve's wheelhouse.
Yeah, Steve makes it look easy, huh? Holy cow.
Yep. And then you can do that, and then you could support the show, which supports you, and you support us, and also a portion of all proceeds raised goes to the Martin Grant, which helps comedians who are out of work during this insane time in life. Rachel, what do we got? I don't know. That's something Bowers always says. We're trying to do different roles here.
Well, somebody super chatted a question, but I think it's for Steve, so I'm going to wait till he gets back. I will say we already have some early game entries coming in, so we can. Do you want to do the overnight game, Bow?
Let's do the overnight game, and then we'll talk those game entries. So the overnight game was Weird Al a song. So take any song and make it a Weird Al version of the song. There were a couple funny ones. Randy Longmire had "I Kissed a Girl and I Like Tit," T-I-T tit, which hey, goes with it.
Dirtier than Weird Al typically, but sure.
That's true. I don't think Weird Al would do that, but the next 2 are definitely Weird Al songs. Tamator had "Back in Slacks," which perfect. And Frank Guitarro had "Born to be Mild," which that's a Weird Al song for sure, no question. That's like White and Nerdy, the sequel. I like that one a lot. The overnight game. Steve's not here, so Ben, do you want to do the
Probably instead of "headed on the highway," it would be "headed home to my place." Born to be mild. Today's game is a very fun one, you guys. Have you heard of Wi-Fi? You know what Wi-Fi is?
Thing that Steve is struggling with?
Correct.
Yeah, I'm not sure Ben's ever heard of Wi-Fi, but okay, cool. What's the game?
Well, mine seems to be popping lately on account of the good people at Spectrum having been threatened by me repeatedly on national television. And it seems to be Steve who doesn't know what internet is anymore. So if you heard of Wi-Fi, Wi-Fi is the thing. You got your router, you got your server, you got your modem, you got your Wi-Fi. People always like to have creative names for Wi-Fis. What are some of yours? You can enter your own creative Wi-Fi names in the comments. We'll read some of them just from anybody, but if you'd like to be entered in the contest to win our daily grand prize, you can, for a $5 or more Super Chat, Venmo, or PayPal, enter, and we will choose a winner at the end of the show. You get a free ticket to Nowhere Comedy Club, a free front row ticket, you get free comedy albums, you get all this great stuff. And some examples could be, who has examples?
A little bit router now would be a good one.
Oh, that's a good one.
Very solid.
My phone's name, so I was born for this one. It burns when I pee.
I like that. Modem Family.
What is it?
Okay.
Modem Family, the ABC show.
Modem Family. Okay, sure, the ABC show. Or it could be Don't Tip Your Server.
That's a really good one. I like that one a lot.
I might have stolen that one from Steve, to be honest with you. Steve suggested that as a joke for something somewhere else, but Steve's not with us right now, so I can.
Well, he's right now. He's here.
No,
he just
Steve
showed up.
died.
Also, you can watch my album Ginger Kid and my book Ginger Kid.
You can watch your book. I watch books as well. I don't read them. I just watch them in my house. I like that. Steve is back.
We know.
We know.
We know that Ben has never written a book.
Oh, this is so sad. It's like Steve after a stroke. That's how we know.
It's still not working, huh? I'm trying to use.
It's worse.
Okay, cool. Let me.
No,
try
that's a
another-
little bit. That's a little
This is
better.
better.
It's a little better. Yeah, you were just. You got really. It went. That's how you know, Ben. That's unless you were doing that to
I
fuck
thought
with
you
us,
guys
that's
were
what it
just booing my joke, you son of a bitch.
Have you thought about trying it from your cell service? Because that works.
This
pretty
is
good
what
sometimes.
I'm on.
Oh, great. And it doesn't work well sometimes. Have you thought about not doing that?
I'm gonna try one of the other. By the way, I don't know. Here, let's see if you can see this.
It's exactly
literally
like
next
that.
to the router.
Well, we can't see anything. All we see is your face, kind of smiling.
This is
You're like,
exactly
'cause
like
of the
that
green
hologram Tupac at Coachella moment, only much worse.
Taylor wrote in the chat. Taylor goes, "I'm in so much pain."
That's just in general. That has nothing to do with Steve. That's just Taylor. There you go. That's a good freeze frame, Steve. Oh, okay. Well, can you ask Steve's question while he's here
Yeah,
as a
absolutely.
floating head?
Steve,
Oh, there he
if
is.
you can hear me. So we had a super chat from Sean. He said, "I think one of the most important parts of comedy is crowd psychology. What's your strategy for winning the crowd, and how do you win them if you lose them?"
Okay, can you hear me now?
Kinda. Sure.
Kinda.
A little
Okay.
bit. Sure, go
Yeah,
ahead,
yeah.
try.
Nope,
None of
not
the rest
now.
of us are comics, so why should we answer that? Let's just wait for Steve to answer it.
Yeah, why
Howard,
was
how
that?
do you-
Why was that a Steve question, Rachel? That's a
Yeah.
comic question.
I thought it was because the guy had mentioned Steve before, so I think it was supposed to be for Steve. But let's
Oh,
just all
gotcha.
answer it.
Bowers, what's your thoughts on that question?
Well, I mean, I think you got to read the crowd. I mean, so you go into it and you're like, okay, if these are a bunch of 80-year-old people, I'm not going to do a bunch of weed jokes, and if there's a bunch of 20-year-old people, I'm not going to do a bunch of retirement jokes. You know, I tend to find I don't lose them much, so I don't know how to get them back once you lose them. But I don't know. Now I will say this: I tend to where Steve talks to people who already kind of agree with him. I like telling jokes to people who don't agree with me and trying to change their mind. That's what I like to do. I like to kind of fuck with people's brains and make them think differently than they thought before the show.
Did you mean to say you don't lose them much because it's very hard to lose people you never had in the first place?
Yeah, that's part of it. I mean, well, it's hard to lose 8. They're all in a circle, and we know all their names. So, like, what are they going to do? Like, what was your problem with that joke, Bob? And he's like, fuck, my bad, dude. I was taking a drink. You know, so I get what you're saying. It's.
I feel like you just have to, like Bauer was saying, read the crowd and just kind of, like, surf. I analogize it to surfing, even though I don't really surf, but you have to just read their energy and, like, make sure you don't misstep. You just kind of roll. You can tell where a crowd wants to go and doesn't want to go, and you can push that and you can challenge it, but you just have to be aware of it. And, you know, for the first million years performing, I didn't even look at people in the eye when I performed. I know a lot of comics don't do that, but then I shifted that about 7 years ago, and now I look always somebody directly in the eye for every joke, and it made me able to connect even better. And that's one of the things I like to do.
Yeah, I try to pick one of the two people and just look at one of them the whole time. But
That's smart.
No, I will say that one thing, in all seriousness, the thing I also think is very important is you got to start strong. Like a crowd will give you the benefit of the doubt, but your first joke has to hit. And then you've got carte blanche after that. But if you're first,
100%.
so I try not to ever do anything. I don't know, Ben, if you do this, but I don't try to do anything off the cuff to begin with. I mean, I might do that in the middle somewhere if I want to talk about the town or wherever we are or whatever, but I don't like to go up and be like, hey, what about the weather today? And like do something I've never done before because half the time it doesn't work and then I got to dig out of a hole. So I'd rather start with something I know is going to make them laugh and then I fuck around after that.
You're totally right. That's what you should do, and that's how I first became good at stand-up is by figuring out an opening line that killed consistently. But I'm also just a masochist in some way, and I completely go up there and riff and don't go into my first joke for a while, and I just like to see if I can get them right off the bat with random without having any thought in my head before I start. If I dig a hole, I like to see if I can dig out of it. But I've always done it, even when I was like a young stand-up. I was like 25, and there'd be like executives from CBS that came out to see me, and they're like, all right, I'm going to watch your opening set, and I would still open with crowd, and it wouldn't always be good at the beginning, and I would not get a call back from CBS lady, and I'm like, that's what I do. It's just what I do.
Yeah, we've seen you open the show, Ben. We know exactly how you open a show.
You're breaking up. Your internet is also bad.
Do you remember your opening joke when you used to use an opening joke? Do you remember what it was?
I do. I had one opening joke that first cracked for me, and by the way, Steve looks great now. His internet looks great.
Does it work? Because I'm holding my fucking phone.
Perfect.
Because the Airbnb that is supposed to have Wi-Fi, they have high-speed Wi-Fi, and their high-speed Wi-Fi is 2 download and half of 1 upload.
Wow, that is high speed. That is high speed for Oregon, though. So you know.
Yeah. By the
Taylor
way,
is
if
seething
anybody
with rage
ever,
now, he says.
if anyone ever wants to use this Airbnb's Wi-Fi to download 8-bit porn, you totally can. If you want to.
I love that. And also, Steve, if it keeps working badly, because I recommend you try a BT crouch. That might really help.
Is any better?
Yes, that actually works better. You sounded crystal clear. Now just thank yourself a bunch.
God damn it. Okay, thank you, Ben. I appreciate that. Thank you.
The good news is if you BT crouch holding the phone the whole time, you won't have to go to the gym later. So it'll be nice. You'll get your workout in.
Yes.
You know, get all your squats in. Also, if Kentucky Fried Chicken usually has a really good Wi-Fi too. Just a little tip. So if you need to roll down to KFC somewhere, they can use.
Yeah, you know who else has good Wi-Fi? Places that advertise that they have good Wi-Fi, which is why.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, we're past that, man. Yeah, it sucks. You fucking made a wrong choice.
I ran in here early. I put up a green screen on the window, and it doesn't matter. None of it matters. Cool.
Also, you know why KFC has great Wi-Fi is because you're absolutely the only person in there that can afford any device that can get on the internet.
Yeah,
that could be true. The Wi-Fi password comes free with the buffet, so it's nice.
There's a buffet at KFC?
Fuck yeah, there is. You're not kidding. What? Yes, it's the best. Yeah.
What are you talking about?
In Indiana, there is.
How COVID spread.
Yeah, there's probably not buffets anymore, but there were buffets for years at KFC's in Indiana.
I've never heard that. That sounds like a dream come true, actually.
Oh, it was like $8, all you could eat. Oh, it was the best.
My first opening joke, before I fell into one that I did for a million years and way too long, and it kind of held me back, but my first one that cracked it through when I was doing open mics and bringers that first figured out for me how to get laughs up top, it was just an impression. It was kind of a cheap joke, very cheap joke, but I would just go, without any setup, I would just go, I'm Casey Kasem, and this song hit the charts at number 8 and moved down 7 notches to number 1. It's Tupac Shakur with fake-ass bitches. Get a laugh every time, and then I was golden.
I had one that worked when I first started, so it was like 06, 07, somewhere in there. Right at the end of George W. Bush, and the joke was I only date women who still have the George W. Bush sticker on their car because I figured no matter how much I fuck shit up, she's staying with me. Well, for a while, and then I switched it to a Bengals. Once Bush was gone, I switched it to a Bengals joke, and now I tell it as a Bengals joke. I only date hardcore Bengals fans.
Wait, whoa, Bowers! You just said now you still tell the same joke?
Occasionally, if I'm in Dayton, Ohio, I will. I'll open them with that. If it's in a Bengals city, I'll do a Bengals joke.
I also love that Bowers expanded the broadness of his appeal by going from the president to the Bengals.
Well, again, I wasn't going to use that joke ever again. I just use it if I'm in Cincinnati because it's a funny Bengals joke. But I did use it on corporate the other day. When you're like, hey, do you have a quick throwaway joke to make them laugh? I'm like, yeah, I'll try this one.
So by not ever again, you mean whenever you're in Cincinnati or in corporate gigs or probably a handful of other scenarios?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Yeah, I also.
It's still my opener.
Like
Let me say this. It's still my opener.
I also like.
I've opened all 5 of my albums with it, Ben. All 5 of my albums open with the same joke.
What's that, Steve?
I also really like the idea that he was just like, what one entity has fucked up more than President Bush? The Bengals. It's definitely the Bengals or worse.
Yeah.
Although, I mean, after their first hit, Walk Like an Egyptian, I feel like they went downhill.
That is the Bengals, which is how you say the Bengals if you're from Ohio. You call them the Cincinnati Bengals. So I get
damn
your
right.
I don't do that. I'm from Cincinnati.
Well, you're not a hillbilly, Rachel, but I'm saying
not a
how many hillbillies in Cincinnati call them the Bengals? I ain't watching them Bengals no more because they fucking can't pass and shit. You're like, oh, fuck, all right, dude, it's the Bengals, but all right. You're right.
For the people who are the part of Cincinnati that is located in Kentucky.
there's a lot of Cincinnati that is in Kentucky. That is true. That is a true thing. Rach, we got anything coming in for we? Actually, we didn't even do. God, without Steve, we all fell
Let's
apart.
Introduce the front row.
Yeah.
Comics
Ben.
too.
Yeah, well, I got to do that after Ben introduces the front row. So Ben, let's go.
Front row, please turn your cameras on. Welcome, the lifeblood of our show. I'd like to say a big hello to Taminator and Zara Bending, dressed all professional like an executive, and Dash Cheryl is here. Hello, and Hayden LeMaster is joining us. Hayden, who makes all of our amazing graphics for the show, graphic arts extraordinaire. Jan Skittles Johnson, Trubel Fruber, it's the rainbow of flavor. That is Jan Johnson. Frank Street Smarts, the Chin Notaro, Gus Walsh, and Joe Payne, who's with us today, which means he won't be posting that dope picture of himself watching us on his iPad. Welcome, all of you.
Hey, everybody.
We also have 2 great comics. I don't know if Jen's here yet, but Andrew Rivers is here. Andrew, how are you doing, buddy?
Hey, Halo. All right. Yeah, pretty good. I wasn't allowed near public parks before any of this, so not too different for me.
Andrew was on our first show. Andrew's our first show, so we try to have Andrew every 98 shows. So we're right on schedule. So it works out.
I saw Andrew this morning because I was in Seattle, and so we went to have a socially distanced breakfast. And then I left to somewhere with worse Wi-Fi, and I should have stayed.
Could have been right next to Andrew. Just
could have
that
stayed and
mic.
snuggled with me. Would have been great.
Is that one of those Steve Hofstetter mics, like the T-Pain mic, where when you speak into it, it sounds like Hofstetter since it's orange?
Yeah. I go heckler owned, and then.
That's a magic spell, actually. That's like my Patronus.
I hope, Andrew, that you're the kind of friend who, when someone drives up to Seattle to see you, that you pay for their breakfast and restore their faith in humanity. I just hope that's the kind of guy you are.
Yeah, well, I had a gift card, so don't give me too much credit. But I am a good person, but not that good of a person.
Very, very funny joke, Andrew, and also he 100% did.
I love that pillow behind you, Steve. You need to steal that and take that home with you since they didn't have the right Wi-Fi. That's such a great pillow. That would just. Can you imagine that in Steve's house? That's so great.
Oh, I'll put it right next to my. Live, Laugh, Love sign. It'll be perfect.
I hate that pillow. It's also too meta for me. I don't know how I can wrap my head around a pillow inside a home having the outside of a home on it.
And also, not a home, an Airbnb. Literally, this is not a home. It should say temporary home, affordable temporary home. Like, that's what the pillow is.
Also, in the window of that house on the pillow, if you look closely, is there another pillow that says not a pillow?
No, in the window, there's a green screen that he's not standing in front of.
It goes on forever. Look, it just...
I love the idea that Steve just went on a tour of Airbnbs to steal furnished stuff for his walls. Like he's going to get the Live, Laugh, Love, that pillow. A nice bath mat he saw somewhere in Washington.
Yeah, actually, from the last one, I took a bottle of rosé and a pair of Uggs. So it's.
And I love that Bowers is dressed for his revival he's performing at right after this.
I haven't worn this guy in a while, so I figured it matched the Rivers shirt, so I figured I'd wear the red today. But I
think you look amazing.
We have a few generals.
Let's do the generals.
All right, so Justin Sherman, $10. Here's $10 for Steve to get a new router.
This ain't mine. I have a wonderful router, and it is a 12-hour drive from here. So shit ain't happening. But thank you for the $10.
Yeah. We also had.
How about $10 to get? Let's raise enough for me to get a different Airbnb. Let's do that.
So we need $38. $38 more dollars.
Doug Benson just came on and said he's gonna match it if you just move right now to another Airbnb.
We also had Renee tip the show and said, Steve, embrace the suck and do a bend. Go to the post office, have a leisurely drive in traffic. We've all seen it before.
And here's the whole thing with this, by the way. I busted my ass to get down here in time. I was like, okay, if I get down here by 2 or 2:30, I can set up in time for the show. And I reached out to the Airbnb people and I was like, hey, here's my ETA. And they're like, you can't check in till 3. And I was like, oh shit. So then I drove all around. I'm in Eugene, Oregon. I drove all around Eugene, Oregon doing speed tests with my phone. And apparently the only thing high in Eugene is the people, not the internet. There was nowhere. I tried stealing hotel internet. I tried stealing Starbucks internet. I tried using my phone. Nothing worked. So I was like, okay, if I go right outside the house, I could probably use it. And they're like, can't connect from out here. I'm like, fuck. So then I was like, okay, I'll just go in 10 minutes early. That'll be fine. And I'll rush and I'll set up. I got decent Wi-Fi. And I set up the green screen. And then I started the show. And then they were like, fuck you. Here's a pillow. And that's where I'm at now. So.
I mean, judging on that story, bad Wi-Fi, high people, I'm en route to Eugene, Oregon. Let's get out of here.
How's that not called Ben Gleib, Oregon? Holy shit.
Yeah. My mistake is actually I just went to some guy named Eugene's house. I'm in the wrong place.
There you go. Are hotels not cheaper than Airbnbs right now, Steve? Because hotels are cheap as shit everywhere right now, aren't they? Because no one's traveling.
No. Actually, the hotels went way up because they're mainly, well, hotels have 2 types of guests right now. First responders, and health professionals, which are being paid for by someone else. So the hotels are like, cool, let's gouge them. And then dummies who don't think COVID's real. So it's most hotels are booked now. It's a little crazy.
Weird.
This has been a weird trip. Yeah, it's been fun to go from town to town and figure out like who doesn't believe in COVID, and just be like, oh, this whole town's gonna die in like 6 months. Cool, good for them.
Hey, Steve, your career is like coronavirus. Nobody believes in it.
It's more of a Bowers joke than a fucking Steve joke, Rivers, but I appreciate the effort.
No. This is what Rivers and I do to each other.
I know.
I was gonna have one. All right, Rivers. Your career is like COVID. No matter how much it's in the news, nobody gives a fuck.
There you go. Appreciate it. It's not in the news very often. The media won't cover it.
Yeah.
And COVID or Andrew's career is like COVID. It only fucks old people. No, I don't know what that means.
My career.
Play a lot of cruise ships.
My career is like COVID. I used to have one.
You lost your sense of taste and came on this show.
Andrew's jokes like COVID. At first, we thought it was bad, and then it turned out it was even worse.
Steve said it's like COVID. It's like, hopefully this doesn't last 6 months. It could have been better.
Andrew's career is like COVID. There's just one YouTube video about it that everybody's talking about, and aside from that, nothing.
Our career is like COVID. It seems like people are enjoying it, but only when their mouth is covered by a mask, so you have no idea.
My career is like COVID, thriving during COVID. So fuck you guys. Hey, Hey, by the way, our second comic's here now. Jen Cober's also here. Jen, can you hear me? Are you here? What's up? How are you?
I can hear you, yes. Oh, good God, Jesus, thank you. Hello, hi.
Hi, Jen.
How you doing, Jen?
I'm all right. I'm okay. How's everybody?
Good.
I didn't remember this was happening until I happened to look at my phone that the ringer was not on. Bowers is like, are you going to do this or what? I'm like, all right, I'm here. Yay.
You don't hear enough. You know what's going on. You don't need the
No,
We're
Jen,
good.
Jen, we totally get it. You have so many other plans right now.
Look, you caught me on the one fucking day I left my house.
Oh, no.
I have never been so happy as going to the bank with a mask on. That was the most fucking fun I've ever had in my life. That was like pure fucking adrenaline.
You go up to the counter and say, give me all my money.
Yeah. I was like, I'm here for a withdrawal, bitch.
You can tell that you're not coming to us from your home because you're not in a Nickelodeon show locker room in high school
I actually
hallway.
am coming to you from my home, but I moved my couch in front of that little shelf, and so I can't really get to it right now.
And she's still dressed like she's on Nickelodeon. What the fuck are you talking about, Ben?
This is what lesbians wear. I'm setting trends.
No, it's not true. I know
I'm
lesbians.
setting trends.
This is what lesbians are gonna wear. I get it. Okay.
Look, there is a huge spot left open by Ellen, and I am a nice person. I'm not fucking afraid to claim what's mine.
Can you dance, though? That's the question.
I love the fact, though, whenever I've seen Jen in person, she's always like, do not make eye contact with me.
You stare at my tits like God intended. Like, okay, I will. Whatever you need.
Right.
Rach, we caught up yet?
No, we got a couple more. So Jess is now in our live audience. She said, tropical storm today on the Hudson River, so I'm late, but I'm glad to be here.
Awesome. Good to see
We
you.
had Savannah Martin tip 789 and said, happy Stanley Cup playoffs. I hope you're leaving my mans alone. And then lastly, Dash, welcome back to the show. He tipped the show $50 and said, I had a shitty week dealing with health stuff and not getting my almost daily doses of side cramping laughter. Here's to y'all because, man, it feels good to be back.
Awesome. Thanks.
Glad you.
And also, just so we can address Savannah's concerns, yes, everybody in the country is leaving your mans alone. Maybe you want to stop requesting that because
she wants to be my only fan forever, Ben. That's her plan.
I get it.
Oh, are you her mans?
Well, she's my only fan, so she sticks up for me on the show. When they pick on me, she comes in and defends me, which I like. Let's get to a
Bauer's OnlyFans account is just a text chain with Savannah.
That is true, and no one gets naked. It's very sad. All right.
Bowers actually, Bowers has an OnlyFan account.
Bowers gets invited to OnlyFriends accounts.
I'm in the only friend zone. I love that.
Bowers, I love you, man. That's why I got this heart-shaped tomato, but it's also a vegetable, which makes you very ill. So I don't know what.
I think it's actually a fruit, friend. Just say.
I don't know what it is. Looks like a fucked up apple to me. All right, let's get to our first comic. He has one video on YouTube, but it has a couple million views. From Dry Bar. I'm just kidding. Fuck, he's got lots of videos. He's very, very funny. Go for Andrew Rivers, everybody. Andrew Rivers.
All right. Hey, thank you. Start my timer there. It's good to be here. Went to school here, University of Phoenix, online, so familiar. With all this extra time on my hands, I thought it's a perfect opportunity to reach out to some friends I haven't talked to in a while. So I called this girl from high school who was like, not even if we were the last people on Earth. Like, hey, you read the news? A lot of people protesting and stuff, you know. I saw one sign at the protest that said racism is the worst virus. I was like, oh, that's a good sign. I think racism and coronavirus have a lot in common, right? Some of us only have a little bit of it. You can give it to other people without knowing it, and your grandma will probably die with it. So I'm not out there protesting. I wish I was. I just have a pre-existing condition. I am a giant pussy, so that's getting in the way of things. But I'm doing my part from home. I'm typing my Facebook statuses in all caps That way people know I mean business, you know? I like trying to have discussions on Facebook, but it always turns to an argument. I was asking this guy for proof, and he sent me to a website called freedomfiction.com. I was like, wow, Freedom Fiction. The name seems suspicious, but the logo is a bald eagle with an AR-15. Who can you trust anymore? It's hard to blame them. You know, it's hard to find reliable news coverage right now because they keep tear gassing the reporters, but every day it's a new story, like wear a mask, don't wear a mask again, right? Trump said he's not going to wear a mask, but instead he's going to stay 6 feet away from any responsibility. So that's interesting. But yeah, fake news is out there. I got 2 tips. Everyone just keep in mind, just 2 things to remember as you navigate the fake news. Number 1, always keep an open mind. And number 2, Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself. Okay. Those are just facts. I love conspiracy theories. I saw a guy at an airport one time. He had a t-shirt on that said 9/11 was an inside job. I was like, why would you wear that shirt in an airport? It seems like you're asking for extra attention. You know what else is an inside job? Cavity searches. I did read one study that says CBD might help with immunity to coronavirus. It's just my study. Just been smoking a bunch of weed, but I feel fine. So there's probably something to that, you know. I did learn you can overdose on marijuana. A lot of people don't know this. It's not lethal. You're not going to die. But like the other night, a helicopter flew so low, it shook my entire house. I was like, they're probably dropping chemicals on us. And then I was like, all right, that's probably too much pot. I think I hit the limit. People were hoarding groceries for a while, which was insane. I had plenty of toilet paper, thankfully, but my grocery store ran out of almond milk, which was tough because regular milk causes me to use too much toilet paper. And 2 poop jokes. Nailed it. You know, one nice thing about being forced to quarantine was I didn't have to lie to my parents about what I did during the day anymore. You know, they just call me up. How was your day? Huh? Pretty good. What'd you do? Fucking nothing. I just sat around, wrote some jokes. I didn't even leave the house. They're like, we're so proud of you. You're keeping us alive. Way to go. You know? I don't know. I try to keep a routine. I don't know about you guys. Try to just treat every day like it's a normal day. So like I set an alarm before bed. And then first thing in the morning, I wake up, I take the gun out of my mouth and I brush my teeth, you know, just trying to keep everything. I don't know. I've been I've been flirting with this nurse gal for a little bit, which is pretty hot. I've always had a fetish for that kind of thing, employed women. But the pandemic was really ruining the sexy nurse role playing we had going on. It used to be low cleavage and red lipstick. Now it's like nice face covering, baby. That's so hot. You know, oh, your PPE is a garbage bag. I am so turned on, you know, but I don't need her anymore because I found someone else to pay my bills. His name is Governor Jay Inslee. Unemployment. Which is it's pretty humbling when the government is like, hey, we'll pay you to not tell jokes. I'm like, I thought it was going pretty good. It's the best. I'm getting 80% of my salary as a comedian, but now I don't have to pay for plane tickets or hotels or sex. Yes. I am saving so much money, you guys. Thank you very much. My name is Andrew Rivers. Appreciate it.
Rivers, ladies and gentlemen.
Andrew Rivers, everybody. Andrew Rivers, hilarious set. His set is for sure like coronavirus because most of us still haven't gotten it. No one's going to shows, and it'll probably kill his parents. But Andrew Rivers, one of my favorite people. Please, tip jar is open. Top right of the screen is our Venmo. You can PayPal at sdscshow.com, or of course you can super chat on the YouTube. Nicely done, Andrew.
Andrew, I like that you were making fun of people that believe in conspiracy theories while dressed like someone who believes in every conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
I
look like I got
your hair, the whole thing. Like,
absolutely.
No,
you look like a guy who would not wear a mask, is what you look like right now.
That guy who could play Christopher Lloyd's son in Taxi.
I really just want to know what's up with the blue dinosaur on the wall behind you.
Oh man, I hang things that remind me of gigs and stuff, and so like.
So what was that gig? I need to know.
I did a show at a bowling alley, and that was basically my payment.
Cool. What show did you do those fuzzy handcuffs, Andrew? What show did you do those fuzzy handcuffs? Because that's what I want to know about.
Actually, I got hired to do like, you know, on Gig Salad, it's this thing where people can reach out to make you, you know, Bowers, you do like the corporate shit shows where you use all your hacky old Bengals jokes. And but this guy hired me to fake arrest one of his employees on their last day at Amazon. So I thought, oh, the punchline will be I pull out handcuffs and they're big fuzzy handcuffs, and then everyone laughs. But I'm a terrible actor, so they gave me like a script with all this technical information about this guy's job to pretend that he was in trouble. But I mean, coming from me, everyone's like, well, you know, he definitely Googled that stuff right before this, you know. So nobody fell for it.
Yeah, what you're saying is basically they paid you money and then you were like, I'm not going to prepare for this stuff.
Yeah,
like, I'm not gonna...
yeah, absolutely not. For the price that they pay me, you know.
I love that your bedroom is just like really a Pinterest wall. Like scrapbooking and shit.
By the way,
oh my
Andrew,
you're coming across very sensitive right now. Girls are losing their shit.
I care about women's feelings, you know.
You must.
I do.
You're practically one yourself.
Andrew.
Definitely more girly than me, boo.
Andrew,
if you have any like lesbian friends that are like halfway not sure, I'm a great intermediate, you know. They want to try it out.
And pass that along to them. I'm sure they will.
Jen, it's more if you want to push a girl over to the other side, send her to Andrew first, and that will fucking accomplish your goal.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Screaming back to your own bed, Jennifer.
Andrew, with the Christopher Lloyd hair, can you let us know if there's a cure 30 years in the future?
Absolutely, I'll come back in time.
Thank you.
Also, I just got back from the future. You're still not respected as a comedian, so keep going.
Which is particularly hilarious since I'm your mentor.
I know. I have got to change some shit right now. We got to butterfly effect this into something better.
No wonder he's got a scrapbook fucking wall.
Steve was on this road trip because he's headlining the Enchantment Under the Sea dance on Thursday.
Sam Norton had a great joke on a Zoom there tonight. He said that Pinterest was just open micing for scrapbooking and crafts. That was great.
So true. So true.
All right.
Rachel, we got any tips coming in?
Yeah. Quite a few. So we've got Sam Walker, 5 pounds. He said actually it was 10 pounds, split between Andrew and Steve. I miss your ad-lib battles in the car. I'm so glad to see it again. Hopefully we'll get to see you both live in the UK soon.
That'd have been fun to film an ad-lib battle while you were here for a couple seconds, but
yeah, that would have been good. That's something we completely didn't think of because the world is ending and we were distracted by that.
I mean,
plus it just would have looked like Steve being mean to a homeless guy, which wouldn't have played well.
It's also how sad of human beings comedians are in general. You guys were just both really genuinely sad that you didn't get to make fun of each other from 6 feet away earlier today.
yeah.
I would have been like, Andrew, your career is like COVID. What the fuck is wrong with your hair? Because it's just too distracting to even write anything else.
That's a good one. I'm glad we didn't film this video now.
Yeah, right? We had 3 or 4 views. Andrew, so before we get to tips, you told me that you're not cutting your hair because of why? This was very funny in the pre-show.
Oh, well, I made fun of the people that were like, I demand a haircut. I'm like, how hard is a mullet, really? And so I felt like if I got a haircut, I let them win. So I'm going to just let it go for a while.
And then what's the reason for not combing it?
There's nobody to impress, you know. So
do they still win if you like order hair clippers on Amazon? Does that let them win?
It's a gray area. I'll look into it though. Well, I shaved it at the beginning of all this. I shaved my head in March or something. So I didn't really have. I thought we'd be better by now. I didn't really think this one out.
Yeah, we also, by the way, we don't want to hear about whether or not you're shaving in your gray area.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
All right, Rachel, let's get some tips. Let's get some tips, Rachel.
All right, so Andrea Gordon, $5. Andrew Rivers stuck the landing on the double poop jokes.
Nailed it.
Renee Hutchison, $10. Andrew, is that your Etsy shop displayed behind you? How much for that blue dinosaur?
Boom.
How much did she tip? $5. Oh yeah, send me your address. I'll mail it to you. You get a souvenir from my wall for the right price.
Yeah, Andrew won't cut his hair, but he'll go to the post office with no problem.
Yeah.
All right. We also had Technics to Canadian. Andrew, my CBD study had the same results.
Oh, good to hear. Good to hear.
Jess tipped $20 and said, Andrew, your site was awesome. I have one question. How do you open a bottle cap with a lighter? I can't get my bottle open.
I don't know if I get the joke. Oh, okay. Oh, hey, no.
She legit wants to know.
Shoot, I'm not.
You look like the kind of guy who did that in high school.
I didn't have any cool friends in high school, so that's why Steve and I get along.
You can do the head play and just use your fucking teeth. But if you got to use that lighter, the little red part, right? The little lip part that sticks out on the fire. Okay, so put that underneath that red part goes underneath the cocoa. No, other way, upside down. Put the lighter upside down underneath. There you go. And now you got to kind of pop up like that, girl.
I'm gonna fuck up my lighter.
That red thing doesn't even really pop off, because then lighter fluid's gonna go all over your car and you're gonna explode.
Andrew, Jen is a way better lesbian than you, Andrew. We figured that out.
That's true.
I feel like
here's a more rotten
child. Like you should just wait till you get where you're going and open it with the bottle opener, because I'll get you killed.
I think you're screwed up.
No, hold on a second. Hold on.
Jessica. You don't want to trust me.
Wait, Jessica, if you blow up your car, that bottle will open.
That's true.
You want to get a rag and stick it in the gas tank, and then
use that lighter like that on fire, and that will open the Coke for sure. All right, Rachel.
Popping bottles used to be a lot more fun pre-pandemic.
Popping bottles in my car.
Oh, who's buying glass bottles? Where are you, fucking Mississippi? Where are you?
She's got to get the 10 cents from recycling it later.
Sitting on the river in Irvington, New York, because all the power's out in my village. And this is where I got a signal.
On the river, drinking a bottle of Coke. Bitch, start a blues career. Get a guitar.
Also, I think we just figured out why Jessica's Wi-Fi always sucks. She lives in a fucking village.
Darling, I'm in West.
My Hamlet has lost power.
By the way, guys, I actually have a photo of Jess's village right here.
It does look like a binder. Let's be real.
All right, Rachel, we got to catch up some tips, man.
All right. Matthew Plummer, $5. Andrew, don't worry. Not everyone can get that. Your shirt is a dig at Trump.
Oh, yeah. My shirt says the great state of Kansas.
But it's Virginia.
It's Missouri.
Wow.
I know it's Iowa.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so, but I wore it on stage one time and it was too distracting because people were trying to figure out the joke.
All right. We also.
States.
I thought Andrew was like, it was too distracting because I wore it on stage and people were laughing. I don't know how to handle it.
Yeah. They were like, wow, that shirt is great. Is that yours? Oh, we want to see whoever made that shirt. That's really funny.
I think it's nice of you to try to let your audience focus on figuring out all your other jokes.
Yeah. I can provide like a written list of like, each one broken down with explanations.
For a written transcripts and a self-addressed stamp envelope to Andrew in Seattle.
And you also get a blue dinosaur, so it works out.
Self-addressed stamped envelope.
All of Andrew's shows are no purchase necessary, according to his audience right after.
Or the Reddit post where I offer free tickets.
All right, to catch us up, we've got quite a bit more. So Chris Laurie, $20. I caught the last 3 shows, getting better and better. Awesome set, Andrew. Keep the supreme banter up, priceless.
Oh, come on.
Awesome.
And then Razor tipped $5 and said, Andrew, congrats on not having to pay for sex anymore. I'm in Linwood. Send me a few. I'm broke too.
Oh, I think if we just link up with each other, that saves a lot of pennies,
Could do. We've got Savannah Martin, $7.64. Andrew's career is like COVID, on the rise and scaring other comics.
Oh, wow.
Ooh,
Positive
that's
burn.
a really good one. I
Savannah.
like that. Wow. She's getting a compliment email for that one.
I mean, it depends on which way it scares us, but sure.
JLC sent $5 and said, I want to see you and Steve battle more. Funny.
Yeah.
Taminator, $5. Andrew, need any help with that CBD study?
I don't think so.
And ladies and gentlemen, quick spotlight here. Jessica Keibel, congratulations. You have opened your bottle.
Hey!
I used my brakes. I was trying to remember how I used to do it because I always had long nails.
The brakes of your car?
Yeah, you just need to. I can't.
What you do is
show
you set the bottle on the ground and then you drive towards it, and if you slam on your brakes as it runs it over.
By the way, like
I'm just good with things like that.
the amount of this, like this video could be a how to open a bottle video on YouTube. It's got just as much shit that has nothing to do with the actual how to. So we should put it up that way.
You should post it, Steve.
You're
Get those
perfect
millions
at
of views.
Packaging useless shit, Steve. Get on that.
Yeah, perfect.
And then this is the
Don't call Andrew useless shit. I don't like that at all.
Hey.
and this is the 3.5 minute ad that's before that video. Are you wondering how you two could get a bunch of vintage ladies? Just 6 months ago, I had no vintage ladies, and all of a sudden, I started investing in multiple properties.
Oh my god.
Nice.
All right,
Rachel, we
let's
gotta
finish
catch up.
Zara tipped $10 and said, "Nice set, Andrew. The fluffy pink handcuffs you have should have a weighted auto release in case you get stuck."
I don't use them on myself. I think.
The weighted release is his
judgment.
date.
Hey. Hey, girls need love too.
Oh,
All
I'm a big
right,
dude,
and
I get
then a few generals that had come in. Zara tipped the show and said, "Fact check: tomatoes were formally, botanically, and legally classified as a fruit in 1893 by Supreme
wow.
Court Justice Horace Gray, fruit lawyered."
Let me just point out, did you say botanically?
Probably. Probably. Did I?
Or just
That was
or
my
tomato.
favorite shows from like the 70s, one of my favorite old shows, the Botanic Woman. That was a great show.
Yeah, Steve used to watch that in San Luis Obispo.
Thanks, Ben.
Yosemite.
All right, a couple more. Steve Grorak, $2. Is Ben drinking Star Wars milk?
I don't even know what that means, but this is a dirty try that I made right before the show. What is Star Wars milk?
No idea.
Dirty chai
like that.
sounds like a sex move.
Yes, it does.
Believe it.
Hey,
it's
baby,
kind of
you
like
want a dirty
double high.
chai?
I also just noticed that the chef that's behind Rachel, right above you, right above the chef is a vase that's the exact shape of the chef.
Is it?
Pretty much exactly. Big body, round top.
Yeah, kind of. I guess so.
Yeah, you better believe it. Thank you.
You know what? I thought I was looking at two chefs. I couldn't even tell the difference.
All right,
hey guys, make sure we clip out that amazing highlight where I compared the chef to the vase in the background. Definite top clip material.
You got it.
All right.
Do the Spectrum guys do your shit? Do your clips? Maybe that's why it took them so long.
Okay. We also had Chris Edwards, $20 from Texas. Keep being awesome. Hashtag any functioning adult 2020.
Nice.
Nice.
Then we had Megan Begley, $5. Tell Jess to use her seatbelt buckle to open the
Oh, that's
bottle?
true.
Yeah, that'd have been way easier than driving over it with your car.
Well, it'll be way easier
I don't
now.
have that kind of I don't have that kind of a
Yeah, you
seatbelt.
do.
But I remember
If you want, Jess, you could just
Finally,
tell
the
the
brake
other
has
village.
a cut in it. You just go like that.
Jess, just tell the other villagers that the Coke bottle is a witch, and they'll take care of it.
Burn it, and she loses her Coke. That's not cool.
Yeah, exactly. They will decapitate it in the guillotine, and you'll be ready to go.
Save me, Rachel.
All right, sorry. So we have a couple more. So Merlin, I don't know what currency this is. It's HUF. So he sent 1,000 HUF.
1,000 Hufflepuff?
Yeah, Huff Bucks. That's Steve's currency, Huff Bucks. You can only spend them on t-shirts and books, but it comes in handy.
Do you think my name is Hofstetter? What do you think my name is?
I just was reading the thing earlier when they named you on the Zoom. I don't know what the fuck your name is, dude.
Yeah. Apparently neither
I don't know what the fuck your name is, dude.
My name has more than 2 syllables. Bowers is like, there's no fucking way. I'm not going to do it.
Oh, it's
Bowers just got his
Hungarian.
second book.
Hungarian, yes, okay. Yeah, I
So
did get a
it's-
second book.
Oh, foreign's.
Foreign's. So Hungarian foreign's 1,000 of them, and said, I just found Steve's today on YouTube as an advertisement. Great content. I wish the best.
Awesome.
That's so awesome. Yeah, I run my advertisements before videos on how to open Coke bottles. So I'm glad it worked out.
In Hungary, Steve has a very low ad budget.
He's filling a need.
Hey,
And then
I didn't even know we could advertise we were hungry. That's fucking awesome.
I'm starving.
That's basically what you've done every episode of the show, Bowers. You didn't know that you could do that?
Bowers looks well fed to me.
Doesn't mean you're not hungry.
Yeah, the fatter you are, the hungrier you are all the time. You know that, right?
I don't know that.
Yeah, that's part of the curse of being fat is you're always hungry because your body's like, hey, do that more. We like that. When you're skinny, you're like lay around or what? I don't know what skinny people do, but have sex or
all
whatever.
right, let's
Bowers,
do this.
it's been 98 episodes. When is the server bringing you your chicken tenders?
All right. Renee Hutchison tipped Andrew $30 and said, Andrew, this should cover postage to Australia. Too bad if you were joking because you got my hopes up. Please send the blue dinosaur too. And then she gave me her address.
I will absolutely send it. That's fucking hilarious.
Send this to you in chat.
Give me a t-shirt size and I'll send you a free t-shirt also.
And by the way, Andrew, I love the idea of you're going to go to the post office with that and you're going to fill out the customs form and they're going to be like, what's inside? And you're just going to have to write down, it is extremely complicated.
It's a dinosaur and some marijuana.
And if you ship yourself to Australia, Andrew, make sure you punch holes in the box so you don't die on the way out.
Thank you. Yeah, appreciate that.
All right, let's do another
We
comic.
caught up? All right, let's do our next comic. Coming next, she's one of our favorites. She has a show, I think, called Stories for My Dog on the internet. Give it for Jen Kober, everybody. Jen Kober.
All right, so I'm losing my shit. I'm melting down. I noticed yesterday that now when I watch things on television, I laugh and then I go, that was funny. No one else is here. Who the fuck am I talking to? I just bought. This is how I have. I live. There's a lot of windows, right? You can see, and I have a dog, and I get a lot of flies. So I have purchased this fly swatter, and I go around my house literally electrocuting flies and screaming, "Gotcha!" I'm losing my shit. I want to work so bad. You guys know we're not working. It's a lot to not work, to not be doing to not have the outlet that you're used to having. So I got an opportunity to audition for a small part on a network show. And I didn't even realize anything was back in production. So I was pretty excited to have this audition. The audition was for the part of a cop. I don't know if you know this about me. I read Popo to casting directors. I don't know. I get cast as Popo in lots of things, even though clearly lawbreaker, right? I would go Orange is the New Black before I went Popo on me, but that's not what they do. I get cast as cops a lot. So I was like, look, it's not a very big part. It's not like, this isn't going to change my career. It's not some make it or break it moment, but it's on a big show, a show that I didn't honestly even know was on television. I've never seen it. And it's in season 4. So it's for the white old people. And that's fine. So I'm going to audition, and I'm excited to audition even for this smaller part because I want to work so bad. So they call me and they're like, look, it's between you and this other person, and they're going to COVID test you. You got to this is how you work now. I had to get 2 negative COVID tests, day 1, next day, also negative. And then when I show up at the set, they're going to COVID test me right there. And I'm not computing how this is going to work. I show up for my first COVID test at the studio, and they use a little swab, and then they say, here's a website. Go to this website, and you'll know in 30 minutes. And I was like, what? They're like, yeah, you log on. Here's your little thing. And when you log on, you put in this number. It'll tell you if you're positive or negative. In 30 minutes? I didn't know this test existed. And I feel like if I thought it did exist, it was only like for the president or people that this was like a widespread, what? Like 30 minutes? Are you kidding me right now? And the guy's like, no, it's in 30 minutes, you'll know if you're negative or not. And I'm like, wait a minute. Now, P.S., I am in the studio. I go, are you telling me right now that there's a test that will tell people that they have it or don't have it in 30 fucking minutes? And I go, yes. I'm like, why haven't you told this to people? Being in all goddamn day, and they're not talking about the 30-minute fucking test. And he says, well, it's very expensive. Okay, we can pay for it. We got billions of fucking dollars. We can get the rapid test to the people. He says, well, right now it's really only available at the studios and for athletes. I breathed in Jesus. I breathed out peace. And then I couldn't take it. I was like, are you telling me that there are people in South Texas that are dying because they can't get their test results back before the symptoms fucking show up? There is no test telling the millions of people that have been affected by this within 30 fucking minutes. And the people that we've chosen to give this test to spare, to know are athletes and actors. I was like, listen to me. They tested me 4 times to say 5 lines on a television show. Nobody is fucking watching. Nobody's watching this show. What it is, and I hope they never see this, but it's not a good show. 5 fucking perfectly good 30-minute rapid scan tests. God only knows how much they cost on me to say these, I don't think it was him. That was literally one of my I don't know where we go from there. And then so I come home from that. I lost my shit in the studio. I'm sure that it's on camera. I'm sure I'm never going to work again. But I came home, and my neighbor, I leave my door open when I don't want the smell in my fucking house. Let that go. So I open my front door sometimes, and my neighbor will take it upon herself to just walk in. So she came to walk in the other day, and I was like, please stay over there. I'm not wearing a mask. You're not wearing a mask. I don't know. Clearly it could. So I'm like, and she goes, oh, you don't have to worry about it. I already had COVID-19 a year and a half ago.
Oh man.
We understand that didn't exist a year and a half ago. This strain of do you understand that? Do you know that it's called COVID-19 because it came about in 2019? Well, I was sick with every one of those symptoms, and I went and got a flu test, and it wasn't the flu, so you tell me what it was. Bitch, it could have been fucking anything. I don't know, but what I'm telling you is it wasn't this thing that just, oh my God, like, I can't. Then she starts saying, well, back in 1917, and I looked at her and I said, really, bitch, are we going back to 1917 right now? It is 2020. I don't need to hear. And she's like, well, but there were this, and she starts talking about the second wave. And I said, you know why there was a second wave in 1917? Well, let's talk about history, because sometimes history and science go together. What happened was, after the first wave, when they thought they had it under control, things had flattened out. We won World War I. We won. And they had a bunch of parades. Nobody went out in the parades, and they caught the fucking flu again. And then there was a second wave that was worse than the first one because everybody had gathered around to say, yay, we won.
Yeah.
And this bitch says to me, come on, they didn't have science in 1918. In her fucking face. I could not take it anymore. I'm like, listen, it's not what I wanted to ask her, like, what year was science invented? I wanted that with me, please.
Wow.
The stupidity level of people is really, it's amping me up, y'all. And the drugs aren't helping anymore. I don't know what.
Jen Kober, ladies and gentlemen, Jen Kober.
Jen Kober. Jen, we have a special surprise. The casting director for that show is live with us in the Zoom. We called him in right now. I'm sitting around, obviously. But Jen, hilarious set. And let me just say, based on those tests, no, it's not Dash. Based on those tests, let me just say that Andrew's career is like COVID because the studios clearly want nothing to do with it. Anyway, if you want to please do. Top right of the screen is our Venmo. You can PayPal at sdscshow.com, or of course you can super chat on the YouTube. Please do it.
And I think you might have dropped out there, but you said if you want to tip Jen, so please tip Jen. We heard all the rest of it. And also, to my fellow co-hosts, is this the wrong time to tell Jen that we get that 30-minute test before every episode of SDSC?
and we're home. We're not even traveling around. It's just
we're not even seeing anybody.
The studio just sent us a bunch of tests. It was great.
Yeah, we actually typically get our results during the second comic.
That's right.
Now, Jen, was it NCIS New Orleans or regular NCIS? What show?
I thought it was the reboot.
You're not far off.
I know I'm not.
I was pretty sure it was the reboot of Jag. Like that's what it sounded like.
Again, you're not far off.
Is it 911? Regular standard 911? Anyway, we can guess all day, but
You can guess all day, but it won't take that long to go down
Or you
CBS's
can
fall
tune
lineup.
in
Anyway.
this fall.
Yeah. By the way, if there's any time to play a cop right now, it's right now. This is the perfect time that you really want to.
I think that's why they cast me, because I am one of the others. I checked that box. They don't know if I'm but like literally when I walked in, they asked me what my pronouns were. I was like, bitch, do you see these tits? What do you, I was like, all right, her.
By the way, Dash in the chat just said I'd watch the shit out of a Jag reboot. Well, you'll get your chance this fall, starring Jen Coburn.
And then Jen, just so we can tune in this fall, what show is it?
Later, many episodes after this show, I'll come on and I'll be promoting a show, and you'll be like, I think roll tape on that.
By the way, Jen, don't worry about it. Ben doesn't watch shows. We've learned that.
Let me correct that. I do watch shows. I just don't watch this show. I've never seen this.
Andrew's been cast in a reboot of Jag Off. I don't know if that's the same thing or not.
Andrew can often be found on the clock tower on rainy evenings saying, damn, where's that kid?
Steve's jokes are like a COVID test because it takes 30 minutes to get a result.
Andrew's just jealous because people will listen to me for 30 minutes.
Hey, Steve, it's not Andrew's fault you only let him do 15 minutes up top. That's not his fault.
It's his fault that I'm the only one booking it. Okay, let's move on. It's good to see you.
Both of your careers are like COVID because people are so sure that no one's gonna kill that they are leaving instead and going to crowded parties.
All right, let's get us some tips. Yeah, let's do some tips on that one.
That was like a boat. That was like a plane crash. Like it was out of control, but he still tried to stick the landing, and then he just landed on his. Rachel.
Oh, thanks for explaining that. Andrea Gordon, $5. Jen, hilarious as always. So right about COVID testing. So how much do you want for the red corded wall phone behind you? It worked for Renee, so I had to try.
By the way, y'all are bidding on all this stuff, and you still haven't fundraised enough for me to get a new Airbnb, and I'm hurt.
Sell that home sweet home pillow for $20. Send that home sweet home pillow to Australia.
That's
what is this? Laughfromhomeshopping.com?
All right. We also had Tam, $5. Jen, I lost it at Breathe in Jesus. Jess in our live audience, $20. Thanks for the help. Please, Jen, I want to send you some t-shirts. What's your address? How often does an audience member give you merch? Can I break your cherry?
There's so many good things in that response. Tell her I'll send you my address because I have creepers. I get merch every once in a while somebody sends me a weird thing and I'm always like, who's it? Because nobody ever tells me who it's from.
Right.
They'll send, right? And I'm sitting there like literally like, who has my address? Who knows this? And I remember like someone asked me for my address 12 weeks ago on Facebook because they were like, oh, I have this funny thing for you. And then when it gets there, I'm like, oh, and then I asked that person and they're like, no, that wasn't me. And then I just wonder.
I have the same thing where it's I just forget I ordered something on Amazon.
It could be all the stoned online shopping. It could be that.
Yeah. Also, you don't have to send her a whole shirt. You can just send her the sleeves.
Are you jealous, Steve? Gingers look like shit with tattoos. You all look like Hitler Youth.
Is that your own face on your arm? What is that?
My mother said that to me when she saw the tattoo. She goes, "Did you tattoo your own goddamn face on your arm?" Oh, it's a laughing Buddha. She was like, well, it looks just fucking like you.
Oh, Jesus.
By the way, Jen, how dare you? Redhead, we can get tattoos. We just have to get tattoos.
You can get tattoos.
Red
Just look like you get a Hitler Youth meeting.
So
Yeah, you're breaking up again, Steve. Rachel, catch us up.
Yeah, they're just all tinted. All right.
Sorry,
just type out the joke in the chat for us.
I'd like to thank Kurt Douglas for coming to us from his Airbnb.
Steve's Wi-Fi so bad he can't even type.
All right. So we had Zara, $10. Jen, you now are my mood since November. Hilarious. Also, earliest evidence of scientific method traces to around 3,500 to 3,000 BCE.
Oh, thank you. I'm gonna say that to that bitch when I see her by the mailbox.
We also had Chris Laura, $10, $10 for each comics, and then $5 for Rachel for pronouncing my last name correctly. Nearly impossible to find someone who can. I don't know if I did it again because I can't remember how I pronounced it the first time.
Nice work, Rachel. Wow.
Sam Walker, £5 for Jen. Very funny set. I nearly died laughing as you breathed in Jesus.
I like a man who gives me pounds. Fuck yeah.
I thought you're a lesbian because you don't like that.
If you like pounds, Jen, I'm your guy.
Make no mistake. I like to get pounded. I just don't want a man to be doing it.
So Andrew's still in. Is that what you're saying?
Pounds. He's a little fella.
I got a lot of leg strength behind it, though. I can really get in there.
You're so
Sure,
very cute.
sure.
I think we would make very cute, funny babies.
Look, I'm not saying Andrew's tiny, but he rides to work on that dinosaur.
Yabba dabba do.
He's got strong legs from carrying Steve around all these years.
Definitely carrying the show when I perform.
Yeah, that was the joke.
That's my job, Andrew. I explain the jokes, goddammit.
Also, I want to say to Jessica, who was on earlier, who said that she hates American Eagle, which is what I guess this t-shirt was. I clearly am not about this brand. I've cut the fucking sleeves off and there's paint all over it. It was just a shirt from a thrift store. So don't take it so personally.
Yeah. Jen actually clipped those American Eagles wings right off.
I did. I pasted them on my own face.
We're gonna hook you up.
All right, let's finish up. Hot Diggity Laura, $10 each for each comic, and the rest in the kitty because YouTube only allows me to pay $4.99 for the game. So she threw in a couple extra bucks. Thanks, Laura.
Cool.
We have a lot of generals. Jacqueline, $5. What's that shirt, Bowers?
Oh, this is Andrew Rivers' emotional support dog shirt. So this is what the shirt he's going to send you, I think. Is this still one you sell, Andrew?
Yeah.
Emotional support dog. He has a whole bunch of things about how dogs suck and you shouldn't take them on planes and that he doesn't like people with dogs. It's a whole thing. But
Yeah. There's a part of my dry bar special that has like 2 million views on Facebook, so that's what the joke is from.
yeah.
That just means the Mormons fucking liked it. That's all.
Yeah.
Stop shit. My dry bar special.
I've been to Utah. I don't sell, so it's likely just a server in a back room just playing it over and over again.
Also, you can catch my dry bar special, but I'm getting my hair blown out on Thursday on Melrose for $12.
$12. Can I get a grip on it? What's that?
By the way, Andrew, if you keep making fun of me, I'm going to stop hitting reload on your special.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And your
All right,
debit card.
To finish up, we had Dash tip the show $15 and said, yes, when I don't have a bottle opener and the lighter trick ain't working, I always go full on Salem and I lynch my cokes.
Shit.
Holy shit.
Can we put Dash on camera right now?
Yeah. So, yeah. Had to show Dash so we know that we're.
I wouldn't have read that otherwise.
Dash doesn't even pay to be here. They just ask him to be their only black friend on the show.
All right, I feel better. Amanasala tipped and said, "Tell Jessica to slam the bottle on the head of a Trump supporter to open it." We had Tommy Lebrowski, $5. Thank you for all the live streams. It's helping me great while I'm in the hospital. Bless you all.
Oh, well, get well.
Hope you feel better.
Yeah, absolutely.
Frank Moritz, $20 for the show in general. Appreciate the hours of laughter. Also, Steve, thank you for fixing Portland yesterday, apparently.
Oh yeah. That was it was so dumb. I put up a video that was just basically like, hey, look, it's not a war zone. Like, people are going to work and people are okay. And there were like a bunch of people replying and just being like, you said that nothing ever happened there. I'm like, no, I just said it wasn't a war zone. And they're like, but the buildings have paint on them. And it was yeah. By the way, I feel really bad. I hope those buildings one day grow back. I sent condolences to those buildings' families. So yeah, it's been a really rough time for buildings, and it's been rough. One of them's in critical condition in the hospital. It's tough.
Yeah. Steve tried to get Milton to pee all that paint off those buildings, but he couldn't. It didn't work.
Yeah, I was just holding up Milton to pee like it was in The Lion King. And be like, all you pee on is yours.
Steve is going to spend the rest of the afternoon knitting pillows that say "Building, Sweet Building."
This is actually one of the replacement buildings right here. I'm just starting slow.
Right.
All right, let's finish up. So Razor tipped Jen $5 and said, "Jen, don't worry. You're not losing your shit until you buy that pump action shotgun that shoots table salt at flies. Not even rock salt, table salt."
Holy shit.
Well, that's a cool gun.
Googling that.
Jen is kind of losing her shit, though, because one of the first things she said during her set was, "As you can see, I'm in a place with a lot of windows, and I don't see any fucking windows at all. No windows."
You can't see them this way because you're getting all this beautiful light. It would blow me out if I turned, but I mean, like, oh, Jesus. Here we go. Here.
Oh, yeah, you have a window. Good job. Most apartments don't have windows, so I'm proud of you for having a window.
I still don't believe it.
I also have windows. Holy shit, look at that. I got windows, too. That's crazy.
You knew what I meant, you fucker. Only me come a girl. Fuck off.
The door. I have a door over here. Does your house have a door, Jen? I have a door. Is that cool?
Yes, I'm the best little door house in Texas.
I don't believe Jen just because she showed us her windows using that fancy science. I don't believe in it.
They didn't
Also,
have
guys.
it in 1918. Science was invented in 1941.
Guys, my place also has windows. So.
But they're blacked out for some reason.
Well, because I'm here.
Yeah, they're not my windows.
Steve, what was 1941 like?
Nah.
I'm not the oldest one. I'm the Bowers and Ben are both older than me.
I don't know. I just like making fun of you more.
Zara just wrote in the chat, Steve has Windows 98 apparently.
Yeah, this shit ain't even XP. This is terrible.
That made me laugh.
All right.
It's a callback. Sam also tipped Jen another $5 and said, "Never given a woman this many pounds before. Ha ha ha." And then hashtag Mom knew I was gay at age 5.
Mine did too, but she wanted to not. She didn't want anybody else to know, so she made me have. I had the longest hair you've ever seen, and I didn't wear pants until I was like in 10th grade. Picture it. Go ahead. I want you to picture it.
I think I'm picturing it a different way than you meant us to picture it.
Well, that's on
Ben,
you.
what is that? What is that background now, Ben?
This
Are you
is,
inside this house in the pillow?
This is the house in the pillow, exactly right. I have a window too in my Airbnb. I paid $1 for this.
Yeah.
All right, let's finish up. So Ben C will tip the show $5. Funny logic for humor's sake. If we can sit/drive in our cars with the windows down safely without a mask, what is this one? We should be able to ride a mask.
People can just pay to get fake news read on here.
Maybe.
I love it.
Ride a bike without a mask because of open air. If sitting above wheels is what's preventing COVID, why doesn't everyone get a wheelchair? Okay. That didn't go where I thought it might go.
Man,
I
that
guarantee-
was a long way the fuck around for that.
I guarantee Trump
Actually,
is going to
guys-
tweet tonight. Trump's going to tweet, I heard on my favorite news source, SDSC, that apparently masks don't matter.
Science.
By the way, guys,
Dash
I
them.
actually am pretty sure I just got COVID from listening to that tip. So,
Oh, okay.
All right. A few more. Andrea Gordon, $35 for the wall phone, and then gave her address and said, I'm just kidding. And then lastly, Tam tipped the show $50 and said, fine, Steve, here you go.
Nice.
Awesome. Let's get to the game.
Let's get to the game. All
Okay.
right.
So the game today is
Name your
Name
Wi-Fi.
my Wi-Fi. Name a Wi-Fi. So I'm going to read the unpaid entries first. Comics will be voting, starting with the live audience through to some of the written entries. So these are the unpaid ones that I liked. I had quite a few. Carl had Dropbox like it's hot.
Drop
nice.
what?
Dropbox.
Nice.
Jonathan Hodges had, this is a real one in his neighborhood. Router, I hardly knew her. I've got two more unpaid. Leedy had Life in the Fast Lane.
Nice.
And then Roz had, on behalf of me, only Zara can connect to my router. All right, let's go to live audience. Zara.
I'll start. Now, sock confession, these are all mine and these were all real at some point in time. So let's go. Somebody better holler at me because I am Wi-Fi material. Okay. No man's land. Modem she wrote. Two more. They get worse. Fuck. I like big bites and I cannot lie. And my last one, fuck. Your processor is in another castle. Nerd. So, got a pillow.
Oh, look at that.
Yes, thank
That's
you.
awesome.
Finally. Jeez.
All right, let's go to
Steve really knits quickly these days.
let's go to Jess or Tam.
Oh, we'll go to Jess. Where Jess is here. Tam. No, Jess. Go to Jess now. No, Tam. No, Jess.
I got
no,
the
Tam.
bottle
Tam.
open all by myself.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Do you need,
Wow.
help, do you
Shots
need help
fired.
with that bottle?
I shall call it this land.
Nice.
Any Firefly lands with and then.
All right. Now, Jess.
And then I had a dope net. All your gigs are belong to us. Want to hold your land. Mine, Zara. I like big gigs and I cannot lie.
Nice.
Nice.
Nice. Now, Jessica.
I didn't have Wi-Fi all day, so I kind of looked up the game while I was sitting here. So my real Wi-Fi right now, which I'm really hating on, I think I'm going to rename my new modem that I'm getting tomorrow, and I'm going to call it RIP. That stands for regularly interrupted processor.
I like it.
Because I'm embracing the suck today, you guys. For real. It's pretty bad over here right now.
Okay. Dash or Frank or Hayden or Joe or Gus.
Gus is going.
Frank. Yep.
Yeah. Oh, I would name mine. It's actually named Gangbang. So when people go to sign on, they're asking to join the gangbang.
See what you did there.
You're so naughty.
Jan or Gus, do you guys have any? Yeah. Gus?
That's funny because I actually wrote down Girls Gone Wireless. So that's... yeah. And I also got That's What She SSID. and then I got one last one. It was Hide Yo Kids, Hide Yo Wi-Fi.
Those are amazing, dude. Those are all great.
They're so good. All right. Anybody else wave at me in the chat? Nobody. Okay, so these are the other ones that I have that have been sent.
Steve's Wi-Fi should be called Land Before Time.
I'm going to save my response to that till my joke.
All right. We also had Samuel Carr, FBI Surveillance Unit number 41. Chris Jacobs, free porn. Jan Johnson, click button for herpes. Andrea Gordon, would you like to join your thieving ancestors in hell? Andrea Gordon, would you like to join Rebecca Hunt, bitch, you ain't slick? By the way, pick up after your dog, Becky. Everyone hates you, she said. Savannah Martin. So this was set up when I was getting married, and it's funnier now that I'm not. Wi-Fi name. If you had my Wi-Fi password, you wouldn't need the internet. Maybe I should change it to if I were your Wi-Fi. Carl. Hashtag number 34, get your own fucking internet. And Carl had totally not an FBI van. To the rescue. 99 problems, but Wi-Fi ain't one. Brian Silka. I'm on the spectrum.
Oh my God, that's fucking good and terrible. All this, it's just as good as it's terrible. Holy shit! Wow.
To the rescue. The wireless G-spot. Male neighbors can't seem to hit it.
Why is he trying to fuck his neighbors so much?
Have you seen his neighbors?
Aminasala, YMCA. Jeremy Day, Zelda, Linksys Awakening. Aminasala, drop it like it's hotspot.
Nice.
The other Rachel, MiFi is COVID-19 positive. She also had SDSC is the cure. Jeremy Day, House Lannister. And then Hot Diggity Laura came back to bite me in the ass.
Nice.
All right, those are all the game entries.
Oh my God, that was great. Those were some really good ones. I'll vote first. I really liked Modem She Wrote. I really like Girls Gone Wireless, but I think I'm gonna have to go with I'm on the Spectrum. I'm going for I'm on the Spectrum. That's just terrible and bad, but also just fucking perfect. Andrew, or I'd say Jen. Jen, what's your favorite?
Yeah, like if I sit here and think back to the one that like just made me go, "Are you out of your fucking mind?" It was I'm on the Spectrum.
All right, Andrew.
Oh yeah, I wanted to vote for Spectrum too. This is not as interesting. I would have chose a different one.
Well, that's all right. That's cool. Sometimes it's unanimous. Rachel.
All right.
My God. So Modem She Wrote, unbelievable. But I will say when Brian first put in his entry, I laughed out loud in the middle of nothing in the show, and it was because I read I'm on the Spectrum.
Ben.
I just love the thought that Rachel laughed during the show, and that was like a very exciting moment for her.
Steve was talking, so.
I actually laughed during the show. No, you're not gonna believe it. I laughed during the show. That's how good this was.
You guys.
My vote definitely goes to Gus with hide your kids, hide your Wi-Fi. So.
I thought you were going to go with Girls Gone Wireless, since that's the video you have behind you, but that's okay. Steve.
I'm also voting for hide your kids, hide your Wi-Fi, but that means Spectrum wins because it's 3-2. So
all right,
nicely
great
done.
job.
That
Nice
is the
work,
first
Brian.
time Spectrum
Or
was
4-2,
chosen by
4-2.
anybody on purpose.
Yeah, Ben didn't vote for Spectrum, just had a principle. He thought the entry was great, but he's like, I can't vote for anything with that Spectrum in it. That's crazy.
Ben, the Spectrum guys over to your right, what did they vote for?
They're sleeping.
Oh, Jen, Andrew, do you guys have any? You want to throw in?
La La Land.
Nice, I like that one.
I always named mine after my favorite food, and also to tell you to get the fuck off of it. Mine was always called Nacho Wi-Fi.
Love it. Rach, you got any?
No, I don't.
I don't either. Ben and Steve, how many you got?
I have 14.
14 and 2. All right. Steve, do your 2. Steve, do your 2, and then Ben through 14 or maybe 8. I don't know.
All right. One of them. This goes out to Rachel. Semper Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi. It's Wi-Fi. It's Semper Wi-Fi, Steve.
Wi-Fi. My fault. I actually named my Wi-Fi Andrew Rivers Jokes because it's slow. It's not as advertised. No one is able to connect to it, and I'd rather just be on my phone.
Plus, then no one will steal it.
Your tag was better than all of his jokes.
It's the only tag I'm good at. All right, Ben.
Great self-childhood game slam.
By the way, he's being very, very self-deprecating. He is marginal at tag. Make sure people know that Bowers is okay at a child's game.
My problem is I'm real bad at hide and seek because, you can always kind of see me sticking out the side. Ben, what do you got?
Got a little sad at the end. And the camera just lingered a little long on Bowers there. At the end, he was like...
This is me hiding in hide and seek. Here we go. Ready?
If you want to find Bowers, just listen for the sleep apnea.
Always a mirror.
It's like the opening of a Hitchcock movie.
If you want to find Bowers, just listen for the sleep apnea.
While I'm awake. That's the sad part. All right, Ben, what are your 14?
Want Bowers to come, just lay perpendicular. Anyway, my entries are Roto Router, Modem Butterfly,
Nice.
Wi-Fi Me to the Moon, Frankly, my dear, I don't give a modem. You've been servered. Router 66.
Yeah.
Beast modem. Where, when, and Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi, make up. I've got the need for speed test. Ether not. Unable to connect due to emotional scars from childhood. Unable to connect due to Spectrum, obviously. And finally, the one that I had for most of my life until Spectrum came and made me change it for some reason, and now I'm on a stupid one. Pretty fly for a Wi-Fi.
Nice. Okay, if you guys can vote for Ben and his YouTube comments, because those were awesome. Those were all great. So I think you won today for sure. But if you go to Ben's YouTube and vote for him, that's really going to make him feel better throughout the week. So those were
By the
great,
way,
man.
if you go to Ben's YouTube, if Ben somehow doesn't win this one, that would be fucking hilarious.
Oh, we're not doing that. Ben won. Great job. First time. Awesome, man. That was fucking great. Great game. Let's get to our comics. Jen, where do we find you at in the world?
JenKober.com. If you go to my fan page right now, actually on Facebook, there's a dog video of my fucking dog that's got almost a million views. It's my fucking dog. My dog. It's another reason I'm fucking melting down. My dog's got more likes than I've ever fucking seen.
What?
Seen the little K next to shit. There's a little K next to shit now.
One time, Jen, I went to the gas station and the gas pump, it was the Gas Station Network, little TV, it's on the gas pump, and they were like, follow Gas Station Network on Twitter. I'm like, who the fuck follows us on Twitter? And I went, more followers than me. I'm like, God damn it. I've got less followers than a gas pump. This is fucking terrible. So I feel you.
But if you want to see the cutest dog video that you've ever fucking seen in your life, it's on my fan page on Facebook.
Cool. You can also see her at NCIS Los Angeles in about 5 months. All right, cool. Andrew, where do we find you in the world, brother?
Just Andrew J. Rivers on whatever social media or websites, YouTube, Instagram, Adult Friend Finder, just Andrew J. Rivers. Track me down. And
Awesome.
Hopefully I'll be putting out my special at the end of the month, probably on Steve's YouTube channel.
Very cool. All right, well, we will see you in 98 shows, my friend. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
I appreciate
Can't wait.
it. And,
You can also find me driving into Jessica Keibel's village.
Nice. Well, we'll see you next time, Andrew. Thanks so much. For me, you can find me at Bowers Comedy, as always. Dockheads, we got a new episode that dropped today about Tread, the new Netflix documentary about the guy that bulldozed the town with his bulldozer that he put armor plating on, which is pretty fun. Check that out. Ben.
I released a music video earlier this week, a parody of A Long December by Counting Crows, a very elaborate video, maudlin lyrics, part happy, part sad. I really poured my heart into it, and we can't believe how many less views we have than Jen Kober's dog, so that's frustrating. And this Friday, Gleib Off the Top at Nowhere Comedy Club. After 100th episode, keep the party going and come do some weird improv show with me where you are the show. Tickets at the website.
Awesome. Steve.
As for me, I have a couple shows this month at Nowhere. I have one stand-up show at the end of the month, and I also have the thrilling conclusion of the Ginger Kid Director's Cut special coming up in about 2 weeks.
Awesome. Very cool. Well, let's say goodbye to our audience before Jessica.
Too.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Rachel, sorry, you
Yeah,
sent me that
that's
text.
okay.
My bad.
No, that's
Rachel,
all right.
what you got?
So I've got my first booked show on Nowhere Comedy on Thursday, where I booked all the comics. It's Comedy Juice Presents, and it's some of our favorite guests that we've had at Nowhere Comedy Club. So go get tickets. Thanks.
Very cool. All right, audience, it's time to say goodbye before Jessica rushes into something. We appreciate you guys being here. As always, you guys are awesome, the lifeblood of the show. We will see you tomorrow, and then we're super excited for Friday for the 100th. It's going to be a lot of fun, so check that out. You guys are great. Rachel, anything to catch up on?
Nope, we're all caught up.
All right. We'll see you tomorrow.
All right, see you guys.
And with that, hey, thanks, guys. We'll see you tomorrow. I'm excited. It's going to be a fun week. So we will see you tomorrow.
All right. And as for me, I just want to show you a little bit of stuff in this Airbnb. First, look, here's more books than Barris has ever seen. And some DVDs. If anybody ever wants to watch a DVD, you can do that at this Airbnb. There's also a really creepy family of bunnies. And then 2 things of Lysol, because that's what they think of the people who stay at their Airbnb.
I think they're weirdly next to the bunnies. They shouldn't be next to the bunnies. What are you doing with those bunnies that you need Lysol, man? That's weird.
What I do to those bunnies is none of your goddamn business. Anyway, I truly hope the people from this Airbnb do not watch this show. If they do, Jen, if you could give me a recommendation for whatever that show that you're on coming up, I could use the work. And also, I know I made fun of Andrew a lot. He's one of my favorite comedians and people in the entire world. And he wasn't joking that he's going to release a special on my YouTube. That is 100% a real thing. I know people laughed when he said it, but it's real. Okay, goodbye.
I just honestly feel bad for any comedians that have to launch a show of any kind on Steve's YouTube. I mean, what kind of a place?
Yes.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.
See ya. What's the box?